Okay, now that you've got your Life Ionizer unpacked, we're going to go over the different components. And the first component we're going to talk about is the main system itself. As you can see here, you have Young Life 7600. Next, we have your pre-filters, and now we have the power cord, which will go from the wall to the unit itself. And your second power cord will go from the unit to the above counter spigot itself. And here we have the above counter spigot. Now we have the blue connector tube adapter. Here we have the cold water valve attachment, and here we have the color-coded connector tubes that will be going from the unit itself to the above sink spigot. Now we have your white connector tube that will be coming from the valve that was provided to you and will be going to the unit itself. And here we have your pH test kit. The only tools we'll be using today is a wrench of any kind and a flathead screwdriver. Step one, we're going to go underneath the sink to find the cold water valve. Once you find the cold water valve, you're going to turn it to the right and turn the water off. Now we're going to loosen the cold water valve hose a couple turns and release the hose. Now you're going to take the cold water valve that was provided to you and replace it where the cold water hose that we just took off. After tightening with your hand, take your wrench and give it a couple good turns to make sure it's nice and tight. Now you're going to take your cold water hose and reattach to the fitting that was provided. First hand tighten. After hand tightening, take your wrench, give it a couple good turns to make sure it's tight. Now we're going to take a flathead screwdriver and we're going to release the safety plugs. Put the screwdriver on the lip, press down, and pull the safety plug out. And do the same here. Press down, pull out. Now we're going to take the white connector tube and we're going to put it into the marked inlet. Simply put it in. Press, you will feel it pop. That'll let you know it's secure. Take the red connector tube, put it into the outlet. Again, you will hear it pop and you will know it's connected. Now we'll take the power cord, connect it into the power cord outlet securely. Now we're going to take the blue connector tube adapter and insert it in the top of the unit. By simply pressing it in, you'll hear it click and you'll know it's secure. Now we're going to take our blue connector tube and simply press it into the adapter. Once again, you will hear it click and you'll know it's secure. Now we're going to take our white connector tube and simply cut it in half. I'm using a pair of dikes. A simple pair of scissors will do just fine. Now we're going to go back to the cold water valve that was provided and unscrew the white connector tube adapter. Now we're going to take the connector that we just unscrewed, slide it over the white hose connector, and then place the white hose as so. Slide the connector back over and thread it back on tight. Take your wrench after hand tightening, give it a couple good turns to make sure it's nice and tight. Now we're going to be taking the opposite end of our white connector hose and we're going to place it on the inside of our pre-filters. Press it in till it clicks and that's secure. Now we're going to take the white connector tube that comes from the bottom of the unit and place it in the outside of the pre-filters. Once again, press in till it clicks and you'll know it's secure. Now we're going to take our water spigot and unscrew the threaded clamp. Take the clamp off. Do not take the rubber grommet off. Now we're going to connect our power source to the spigot. Now we're going to slide the spigot, the power source, and the connector tubes into the hole. Now we're going to take our threaded clamp, place the power source through it, as well as both the connector blue and red tubes. Feed it up to the spigot and thread on tightly. Now we're going to go to the back of the unit, remove the black rubber protector, take the power cord that comes from the spigot through the bottom of the sink, plug it into the back of the unit. Now we're going to take our color coordinated connector tubes from the unit and we're going to connect them to the spigot. Now we're going to take the blue and red connector tubes and place them in the easy snap in from the spigot itself. Once again, insert it. Once you hear it click, you'll know it's secure. Blue to blue, red to red. Take the power cord from underneath the unit and simply plug it into your outlet. Final step, after you're plugged into your wall, tip your unit over. You'll find the on-off toggle switch on the bottom. Turn it on. Make sure when you turn your purifier on, you're going to let it run for at least 5 minutes to let the filters clean themselves out. After 5 minutes, you're ready to go. And that's how the water ionizer is installed. And if you have any further questions or comments, please contact our office.